Diane says she was getting stressed making cookies. Do not remember last time I made cookies. Now I remember why. I'm with you on that one. I actually do enjoy making cookies, but I only enjoy it when I make it with my kids and my grandkids. Um, and then pretty much I'm down to that part where I just make the cookies and they decorate them. I think I like that part the best. I enjoy watching them go through it. And you know what? It's really hard because I'm like, oh, that color's not supposed to go with that. And it's like, yeah. I need to keep my nose out of it. And they seem to have fun without my input. So we'll just let them do their thing. All right, 8 inches. I'm pretty sure that is not 8 inches. Nope, not even 6 inches. Let's put that over there. I'm gonna put this right here. So y'all mind? I'm gonna cut some. Nope, that's the wrong one. B. Here we go. So what I'm trying to do right now is cut my. Oh, yeah. B. Dark purple. Okay. I just got to finish cutting up my pieces here. Well, hello, Miss Jerry. How are you? We have missed you. We are hoping you are feeling better. Are you home finally, I hope? 8 3/4. I love my Quilter Select rulers, but I ain't gotta lie. Sometimes it's a little hard seeing through them. 8 3/4. Now here's where the first mistake came in. It was one that was 1 1/4 by 11, 9.5. It's actually supposed to be 9.5. That was my bad. I did not see that error. And I apologize. And that's what kind of created the whole thing. Getting better, good. I only make drop cookies. A friend of mine has a recipe for drop cookies. I guess that's what you call them. And it's a lemon cookie. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I could make it every year if I could find it. Could find all the directions for it. And it's just made from a lemon cake mix. But they're so good. And then they're dusted with powdered sugar. Oh, delicious. Absolutely delicious. That does not look like 1 1/4. That is not 1 1/4. That is not 1 1/4. Oh, y'all, don't tell me I did that. That's like barely an inch. We might have to make it work today, and I'll fix it later. 1 3/4. I still need one more. Let's see. Hey, Nicole, if she watches TV, it has to be very, very low. Okay? Okay. So what is everybody up to today? This is going to be all kinds of messed up now that purple's not the right size. I can't believe that. Y'all, some days are just better than others. Light blue. I'm so sorry, y'all. I feel so bad for not getting started right away. But we're just going to muster through this one. 1 1/4. Did anybody else get the Missouri Star Quilt box? The one from the Advent box? Ooh, I don't have 11 inches there. Let's see. $11. Okay, one more color and then we can get started. Again, I humbly apologize. My bad. Even when I picked them up earlier today, I didn't notice that I hadn't cut the strips off. No, what is it? Not that one. Got a Classic Creations box. Interesting ruler. Oh, mine? My Quilter Select ruler, or is that what you got in your box? I got 3.5. I hope I got these right. Dark blue. 5, 2 3/4. Okay, light purple. Okay, whew. Missouri Star Quilt Company put out a Christmas box, 25 gifts, and it costs I want to say just under a couple $100. And I'd never done it before, and I really, really wanted to do it, but I've never really spent that much money on myself, other than a sewing machine for something like that. And I tell you, I'm only, of course, day 3, so I'm up to my 3rd gift. And, I'm having a good time with that. I really look forward to waking up and finding out what the next gift is. Now, there are YouTube pages out there of people, when they got their box, they just went ahead and opened everything, which is fine with me. They warned ahead of time that that's what they had done. So I made sure that I did not watch that, because I want to be surprised. I do like surprises occasionally, and I wanted to be surprised. Okay, guys, we're almost done. 9.5. And then last one. And if I cut these wrong, we'll just go with it. Okay. All right, y'all. Last one is done. Let me stack these up in order, because if I don't, I will wind up grabbing the wrong one. Okay. J. Grab my J sticker, stick it on there so I don't forget which one's which. All right. So who's ready to start? We're going to grab, and according to this, color B, light. We need a light blue, and it says a dark purple, but I've got a dark blue here, so we're going to go with the dark blue instead of dark purple on my end. Actually, you know what? Let's see. I think I can cut a dark purple out of this. One, two. Nope, I can't, because that is definitely not big enough. Okay, so we're going to go with the dark blue, just because I don't have a dark purple. Okay, so this one is supposed to be your dark purple. Okay, so this is supposed to be your B. And this one is your F, your light blue. Okay, you're going to put those right sides together. Right sides together, just like that. Okay? And believe it or not, I don't have a friction marker here handy, although I have them all over the house, but apparently not right here. Okay, and then we're going to mark it from corner to corner. Can everybody see that? I need to move down a little bit. I'm just using a regular pen because That's just a guideline. It's not going to actually be in the quilt, okay? I'm going to use a couple pins and pin it down. Just like that. And I'm going to get my colors off the board here. All right, everybody with me so far? Oh, I'm sorry. Absolutely, Miss Carol. You know it'll be up. I'll get that up for you, okay? Of course, it'll be on Facebook first, and then hopefully by tonight it'll be up on YouTube. I've noticed it takes like 2 or 3 times the amount of time that we actually videotape to get it up on YouTube. Just the upload is really, really slow. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it and our line, and we're going to follow this along, and we're going to do 1/4 of an inch down that edge. Okay, everybody following so far? So this is that edge you're going to follow along your 1/4 inch, just like that. And we're just going to do one side, not two. Save the other side for something else. Okay. I'm going to snip it and show you what I've got going here. All right, and there's our stitch right there. That's the edge we followed along. Okay, so that was the line we drew. But here's our stitch right there. So it's 1/4 of an inch from there. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? Directions said to cut. They did. Let me look. And then I cut the line showing the drive again. So when you cut, either side, either way. If you cut it, that's great. And you're just doing the same thing. You're just following that edge. I left mine on. Normally I follow the directions. I don't know why I didn't see that. But I left mine on. I kind of like it because it keeps it from stretching when I'm sewing it. I don't want to put my fabrics too far away. Okay. We're just going to trim that right off. It's all right, guys. You keep me straight. And then we're going to fold it back. Shouldn't be. Should be exactly the same. So if you were to cut that line and still sew your 1/4 of an inch, you should still be at the same size. If it's not, you let me know, because it should be the same. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so when you're done, this should be the size. That should be your size right there. Now let me take a quick peek here. Yeah, that should be right. And then of course you can cut your dog ears off, which I don't know where my scissors went. I feel like I'm always chasing my scissors around the house. These aren't even my fabric scissors, those are my paper scissors. Okay. Okay, got it. 2 3/4. That's what I've got too. 2 3/4. All right, so the very first piece you need is your color C. Color C. Color C, which for me would be my light purple. I'm going to bring these back over here. Color C. Light purple should be 2 3. That don't look great. Did I wind up with the wrong piece? That ain't right either. What did I do? Huh. All right, let's find another piece of fabric over here. What did I do? 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Oh, y'all. Today is a mess. Just a mess. Yeah. I don't know how I did that. That was most embarrassing. Okay, so here's how we want to start it. According to your directions, I'm going to iron it because it wants to buckle on me. Turn that up. Where's my ironing? There it is. Okay. I don't know what I did with my little ironing pad. I've moved it. My husband came home from church and brought me brought salads, made me a wonderful salad, but I took a little too long eating it. Okay. All right, that looks good. All right, so let's keep our block just like this, and this is how we're going to start. The first one's going to go right here, okay? That is your C color. C is going to go next to the light one. It's going to have the light on the right and light on top, okay? Light to the right, light on top. Everybody following that so far? Okay. Ugh. I got stuff strung everywhere. Today just feels like one of those days that is just slightly off. Anybody ever have that? A day that just kind of feels slightly off? All right, if you are putting it on here and you're finding that you've got a little bit showing at the top and the bottom, I just even that out. That's what I did with the last one. I just even it out so that if there's a little bit showing, it's a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. Okay? And then we're going to come over here. And we're going to stitch it down with a 1/4 inch seam. Now, y'all remember that 1/4 inch seam is really, really important. So make sure you're following that. All right, mine unthreaded. Okay, let's try that again. So this is probably one of the truest log cabin blocks that we're going to do, the one that's as close to a log cabin as we're probably going to have in here. Okay, so here we have it right there. We're going to flip it over and just press it down. Remember, don't stretch it. Use your wood iron. just give it a nice little crease. And then we're going to bring the pressing mat over here. Let's see if I can find my little one. That would make things so much easier. Ooh, there it is. I don't know, did I turn the air conditioner off in the house or something? Man, it does feel like it is warm. Okay. My little 4-inch, my little cute 4-inch. Okay. Now, once again, we're going to put it down just like this, where we have the dark blue on the left side, bottom, bottom, and then we're going to put our blues up like this, and we're going to try and keep this going just like this, so we can kind of keep track of which direction we're going. Now we're going to take our next piece. Our next is another C piece, and we're going to put it at the top. Now, why doesn't this one want to match? All right. The next C is 3.5 inches. Nope, it's 3.5. Okay. Just get it in there the best you can. Now, what I've been doing with that last one was just lining it up with the bottom of this one. Okay. All right, everybody see that? So if you look, I still have a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side, and it could even be my my foot slightly off, and I need to take up a little more. Although that's a pretty close 1/4 inch seam. Can't get a whole lot closer than that. But apparently this is one of those generous ones. So I may even move it over just a little bit. Okay, so we pinned down our next piece and we're ready to do the next one. Mine is short. Mine is long. This is where mine is long. Check your seam just to see. And just make sure that you've got that 1/4 inch. And of course, you know, you need to have this 1/4 inch as well, as close as possible. This is one of those times when you gotta watch out, because we got a lot of 1/4 inch seams, and it'll definitely catch you in the end. If you've got it off just a little bit, all the way back to the next one, it's gonna be short or long, because I think in my case it was long. Okay. We're going to go to the next one, and like I said, I'm going to go just a little bit wider than a 1/4 inch, because it seems like mine is coming out kind of long. And then we'll check it on the next one. And then we're going to fold that over. Okay. And then iron it down. Okay. Next color is number 4. Dark blue, like it's got to be the dark blue. It's so hard to see on there. Okay, so let's do the dark blue next, which is J. J is next, at least according to the size. Okay, so we're going to put it right next to there, and actually it looks like it's going to fit. I know it's kind of funny, I'm supposed to be the one telling you where it goes. But I experienced that with the first one as well. This is why that seam, you kind of got to get that seam down to right where you know it's going to work for you. Okay? All right, everybody got that? So the dark blue or the J is next. Dark blue or J. Whichever one you're doing. Right? Dark blue. Purple. Dark blue. Yep, okay. I'm just rereading it to make sure I got it right. Okay, let's take that over and get it stitched down. And like I said, I'm just going to make it slightly larger than 1/4 of an inch on mine, only because that makes it fit. With yours, you know, you may need to do, just according to where your foot is at, you may need to do it just a slightly smaller. Just get it in there to fit, because if you cut it to 3.5 inches or whatever the size is, it should fit in that 3.5 inch. Okay, and so this should have been purple. This should have been the B. This one should have been B, okay? Otherwise, that's why that doesn't make sense, why that blue is up against blue. But I didn't have a purple. My purple, I don't know. I think I ran out of purple. And I didn't have time to find some more and bring it over here. Okay. So now we're going to grab the next color, the next J, the next J color, because I know some of you are doing different ones. See, and now it doesn't see like it quite wants to fit. But then again, on these two, I didn't do that scant 1/4 of an inch or larger 1/4 of an inch. That makes sense. So we're just going to get it in the middle there. And then pin it down. Pin or don't pin, that's up to y'all. I'm just pinning it because it'll keep it steady and I don't have to reline it up when I get over there. Okay. Again, I'm just going to make it slightly larger. How's everybody doing? Okay. Oh, and then, you know, later on, I've got those pieces that are not quite 1/4 of an 1 1/4 inch wide, so we gotta watch out for that as well. Okay. But as you can see right here, I've actually lost a little part of my point because I went just a little bit too wide on my 1/4 of an inch. But we'll see how it lines up with the next piece. Okay. Okay, so let's put it back in place. And the next one we're going to do is going to be a light blue, which is an F. Now we're going to do an F color. Okay, and we're going to start back at the beginning, which is right here. Okay, we're going to flip that over. So we're going to call this side, the right side, the beginning. And we're going to line up that with, and see, it actually fits on there pretty good this time. We're going to line it up with the two end pieces. So if you're following along, here's where that that overlap is right here, but I'm going to line it up with the two pieces that ended here and here and go with that. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. All right, let's take it over here. We're going to iron it out. I got my next one. Oops. Got my next size ironing mat. And you don't need a bunch of different mats to, wool felt boards to iron on. I mean, you get the one that you're comfortable with. I just like having the different sizes. It just works for me. Okay, now we're going to take the second light blue or F color, and we're going to put it on the end, and we're going to flip it down. Just like so. So right side's up, then flip it down so right sides are together. And just even it out. How's everybody doing? I'm flipping stuff all over the place here. Too bad you guys can't read my mind. Then maybe, no, you don't want to do that. That's a jumbled mess right now. That is just a jumbled up mess. All right, let's just get that back over here. Okay, fold that over. All right, so we did our two light blues. So what color do you think is going to be next? If you guessed the dark purple, you would be right. We are going to do the dark purple next, which is B. B is next. And if you line up the very first B block, B strip, you'll notice that it does line up, or at least pretty close anyways. Okay. And there we go. Alrighty. Oh, I'm sorry guys. My bad. There we go. Okay. So we took our dark purple. Let me go ahead and do that again since you guys weren't on when I was doing it. Sorry. Okay. So we line up our purple, and then we're going to flip it over. And just remember, this color was supposed to be purple. That was my bad. And we're going to line it up with that piece right there. Okay, and then we're going to take it over and stitch it down. Oh. Oops. There. Sorry. Didn't mean to reach in front of you there. Okay. Alrighty. Now, if I remember correctly, are these the ones that are just a little bit shy? Yeah, these are my shy ones. So I got to remember to do a scant on this one. Okay, that is not the right piece. All right, so let's turn it back around. Oh, y'all, I done went and did it on the wrong side. That's all right. I got to take it out anyways. I messed it up. See, that's why it's important to remember, always put it back the same way. Otherwise, you run the risk of trimming off the wrong piece or putting it on the wrong piece, and then you got to take it off. And I have to take it off. Okay. And that is how you seam rip with an eyebrow razor. Just very gently, but you can get it done really quick. All right, let's flatten that back out again. We could have gone and left it the way it was and just put the other piece on, but then it kind of would have messed up the whole design of it. All right. Actually, no, I think we had it right. Oh, y'all. Some days are just better than others. Okay. Yeah, this is slightly off. Okay. That's all right. I needed to change it anyways. Okay, so we're going this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we were actually right. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of pull this in a little bit, since I know that this fabric is slightly short from my cutting. Okay. Now let's take this back over. Y'all forgive me, I swear I'm on the struggle bus today. Even down to what to do with my pins. Okay. And if you can't get that to stay down, then just use a little bit of starch or a seam aid. Okay, I'm going to recheck this one just to make sure. Yeah, it's not quite where I want it to be. So I know this one is just a little thin. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to flip it over. This is B, letter B. We're going to do right sides together. And like I said, when I trimmed, apparently when I made this strip, I cut it a little narrow. It's either that or I picked up the wrong one. I picked up the cast off instead of the actual strip. Yeah. So we're going to pin that one down too. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. Some days you need a do-over, and I feel like today is my do-over day. I just need a do-over. Oh, okay. So this piece is it's narrower than the 1 1/4 inch it should be. So I'm just going to flip it over, keeping it just slightly off. Pin it down so it'll stay in place. Thank you, Miss Laura. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. And I apologize, you guys. I am the worst hostess today. I am so out of sorts, and I can't even explain it. I don't even know why. My husband says it's because my long arms are giving me problems. Well, one long arm is giving me problems, just giving me fits. Every time I think I have it figured out, something else goes wrong. And it's, the long arm itself is stressing me out. Not even the work. The work goes so beautifully, so smooth. All right, let's get this down here. I mean, I've really managed to accomplish a lot this week, but then I get an error from one of my long arms, and it's like, really? Again? Yeah, like, I often tease, I just want to throw them up against the wall, and yeah, that's what I feel like some days, just throwing it against the wall. All right. So we'll put it back in place, and remember, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we're going to go on to the next block, the next color. The next color is color C. We're going to the light purple or color C, and we're going to put that right here. And look at that. Look how nice that's matching up. Now we know this one. Oh God, you guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. And then we got light purple color C, light purple. And we're going to flip it. You know, it's probably a good thing you guys actually have the directions in front of you, because at least then I can't screw it up too bad. So if you've noticed, all of our light colors are on one side and all the dark colors are on the other side. Ooh, hopefully if I remember, I got to show you something I was actually able to finally purchase. Here we go. Something I was actually able to purchase that I've been waiting actually a long time to purchase. Okay, I'm going to get that in here. Are your strips lining up so far? That sounds like one of my not today days. I usually walk away and try again another day. Oh, you just don't know. I'd say I wish I could, but I don't really want to. I really just want to, I want to power through it. You know, you ever have those where you just, nothing seems to be going right, but you need to power through it. Because if you don't, you just know that it's going to wind up putting you right on your butt. And that's exactly how I feel right now. If I give up right now, it's going to put me on my butt. I will say today, I was glad today was my day off day. And I usually take Sundays off. And do something for me, something that I enjoy. And I enjoy making these videos, and I enjoy doing these blocks. But just every once in a while, you're right. You have one of those days. Thanks, Kelly. I appreciate it. My strips are progressively getting shorter compared to the block side I'm putting on. Does this mean I'm not a quarter of an inch? Yes, more than likely, it means that you're not quite a quarter of an inch. So if your block side, let's see, getting progressively shorter. Yeah, it means your block is actually getting larger, because these strips are the exact size that this block needs to be. Okay, so if your sides are getting longer and your strips are getting shorter, then you're probably taking too short. Excellent, Miss Margaret. Perfect. Miss Diane says she finally squared hers. That's great. But yeah, that's what it means, Miss Sally. It just means that you're, man, this thing is jumping all over the place. What is up with this thing? Come on, come back here. There we go. All right, sorry. So just take a little bit bigger chunk of your, seam allowance. So instead of, just doing where you think a quarter of an inch is, go just slightly larger. Or at the end, you can always just trim off the extra. Now that means your last set of strips, is not going to fall in line. They're going to be a little bit smaller, but, I hate to say it, what's the alternative, right? Okay. And I have done that. And on my very first log cabin block, the original log cabin block I did, I actually had to turn around and add an extra inch all the way around just to get it to fit into the sampler that I was doing, my very first sampler. Okay, and we're going to keep on going. Now let's see how we did on this side. Okay, now as you see, it doesn't quite fit, which means that my 1/4 of an inch was slightly off, but we're just going to keep on going. Actually, it's not that bad. I think I just had it rolled up corner over here. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Here, I thought it was going to be a mess up. It looks like it lined up. Nope, maybe not. Spoke too soon. Let's put this here. You know what? Let me iron that little curve down. Got a little curve right here on the end from where it cut when I cut it on the fold of the fabric, which I don't normally do. Okay. And then straighten that out a little bit. There we go. All right. Now we're ready. I'm squaring up as I go. Can't seem to get away from the scant 1/4 of an inch. Thought every other row is good. Okay. Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do. All right, Ms. Jean, that's a good idea, though. You could square it, but you know, you have to be careful what you're squaring up and how much you're squaring up, because really, if you're off, you're just off a tiny bit. You take too much, and your square's not going to be 12.5 by the time we finish. But again, like I said, I mean, when I did mine, I just went back and added a little bit extra, whatever I needed to make it the size block that it needed to be in the sampler. Laid them all out using design board. Yeah, that's always nice. And listen, I don't know about you guys, but I know I have mentioned this before, but I was blessed. Somebody blessed me with a Fons and Porter design board, and I am telling you, I had no idea how great those boards were. If you ever have the opportunity to put a Fons and Porter design wall up design board, I encourage it. I love the felt. I've used the felt. I have another one that was also gifted to me. I have another one that was gifted to me, and it's really nice, but I cannot believe how well my blocks hold on to that Fons and Porter one. I mean, amazing, just amazing. Okay, so here's 1, 2. Now we're going to go to 3, which means we're going to go back to this color here, which is color J. We're going to look at it, see how well we did. And this is a good way to check and see how you're doing with your 1/4 of an inch. And this is a good practice in getting those, you know, learning your machine and your 1/4 of an inch. If you're making it from here to here, you know you're doing great. If you're slightly over, then you know you need to adjust it. So if your seams are getting a little too long, then you need to do a little bit more than a 1/4 of an inch. If they're too short, then you need to do more of a scant 1/4 of an inch. You know, so if it's shorter from here to here, based on this, then you need to do more of a scant 1/4 of an inch going around and around. If this is too big, then you need to take a little more of a chunk than what you think is your 1/4 of an inch. I don't know, does that make sense, guys? I go back and I listen to these videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just say? So again, too bad you can't read my mind, because sometimes I think what's in there is in definitely better shape than what's coming out of my mouth. Okay, so I've got that on, and we're going to come back over here, and let me just pull this up a little bit. It jumped out of place. There. Okay. Is that? Yeah, blue. Okay. And yes, I'm running right over the top of my pins. Not always a good thing. Probably never a good thing, but trying to put my pins in my mat. So for about the last 2 weeks, our dishwasher went out, and so everybody's had to hand wash the dishes. And I will be so excited to get our new dishwasher in. But unfortunately, they keep losing the work order. They're like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have you on a work order. Oh my goodness, we don't, it's like, oh Lord, please, y'all, please. Oh, Miss Jean says she's got a Fons Importer. She loves hers. Yeah, I encourage it. If you get a chance to get one, I don't know how expensive they are, because like I said, somebody blessed me with mine, and I fell in love with it. I did. I put a block up there and it stays. I had a whole quilt up there and it stayed. The whole thing. I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. All right, sorry about that. All right, so I ironed that piece down. Now we're going to grab the next letter J and line it up. Not bad. I'm starting to get off a little bit. Just means I need to take a little more of a chunk out of that one. But then I'm going to be coming up to my fabric that's a little bit off. So I got to remember. Okay. All right. We got that pinned down. Let's get that next one on there. I'm going to go just slightly larger than 1/4 of an inch, because I've noticed that mine it doesn't seem like it's quite 1/4 of an inch itself, which should get me really close to it the next time. Well, we'll see. Nope, don't want to put that there. Put that over here. How big is the board? That's a good question. Well, I don't know. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 5 foot by. I think it's 5 foot by 6 foot. So I was just looking at. I have 12.5 inch blocks up there right now. So I think it's 5 foot by 6 foot. So 60 by 72. Or is it square? I don't think it's square. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what I think. I'm kind of guessing, but that's what I think. Okay, guys. So here we are. We're getting there. We're down. We only have a few more, probably another couple rows around, and then we'll be done with this. Pretty good size. Yeah, it is. It is a good size, because it'll fit most of what we work on. We typically work on quilts that are anywhere between a baby size to a twin, and that should fit it. That should definitely fit a twin. At least that's the majority of our work. I actually work on larger quilts quite often, but I know that a lot of my sister and brother quilters tend to make them more throws, more, twin, crib, that kind of thing. Okay, let's keep moving here. So our next one is going to be the F block, excuse me. Our F block. And if you look at it, lined up pretty good, right? Not too bad. And that's what you're looking for. You want to see your block lining up with what's left over here. And we're going to get that right in there, edge to edge. Nice. And that's one of the good things about having pre-cut strips versus just one long strip and you just put it down. One, you're going to avoid that pucker that you'll get because your feed dogs pulled in too much fabric and created what I call the poodle skirt effect, where it kind of puts waves in there. You know, you got a nice tight cinched waist, but down here, you know, at the other side, you've got the poodle skirt, the waves, and that just creates more and more problems. So having your strips cut to what size you need on the neck size tells you whether or not things are going right. If they're going right, you keep going. If there's an issue, then you know you need to stop and you need to figure out what's wrong. Because in the end, you're going to wind up being frustrated because your blocks aren't the right size, or frustrated because you've got this big lump or wave in the center of your quilt, and you don't want that either. All right, let's come on over here. Get that cut, stitch down. Just want to keep an eye on it, make sure it's I had to put a tape down on my embroidery machine out in my quilt cave because I was working out there and I needed to stitch instead of embroider. And then I went back to embroidering and wound up getting that tape all bunched up underneath my work. I was like, what is that big old lump? And come to find out it was my tape, which had come up from the tabletop. Okay. Let's get that on there. We're going to have to switch mats here in just a minute because my mat's starting to get too small. See? It's starting to get too small. So the neat thing about the log cabin is you just keep going around and around and around. You know, it's not put one here, then put one here, put one here, one here. It just keeps going around in a circle, and you just keep following it around. Okay. Our next one, we're still working on the F color, and we're looking to see, did we make it? Did we make it? Close enough. Mine tend to, and this is something I need to work on, is if you noticed on that start and stop, I'm not making sure that it starts and stops at that end. I'm letting it go kind of off a little bit, and that creates this little flip over here, this little flyaway at the end, and I need to work on that more. Everybody's got their thing they have to work on. That's mine. Okay, we're going to flip that down. Right sides together, and yes, I have my selvages on. I was in a hurry. Okay, now we're ready to do some stitching. Make sure that's still on target. All of a sudden, a seam. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Yes. Okay, well, according to the thing, I'm back on. Laura's like, Robin, sound, sound. Yes, I'm so sorry. Whew. I burst in on my husband. I like ran through the door. I'm like, honey, I need 2 AA batteries. Yeah, I'm sorry. I promise I will check that more often to make sure that my battery is strong. I actually looked at it when I ended my live last week to make sure the battery was still up. And it seemed like it was fine, but I guess it goes out pretty quickly once it gets there. All right. So, and we're back. Yay! Yay! Okay, I need my other mat now. I'm way past that one. Okay. And once again, hubby was my lifesaver because he is in charge of all the batteries. Okay, so now we are up to our color B. And again, remember this one is a little bit thin because I accidentally trimmed it wrong, or I grabbed the wrong one. And we're going to put it right there, but we're actually going to kind of fudge it just a little bit by giving it a little bit of space. And we're going to do that one there. We're still going to do the 1/4 of an inch, but because we're off by about 1/8 of an inch, we're just going to put it in about 1/8 of an inch and then stitch at 1/4 of an inch. All right. Now let's get that bad boy done. There it is. Looking for my mouse. Excuse me. Okay, let's get that in there. All right. So we were talking about accomplishments for this week. That's all right. Every other one of the light blues for mine are short, but I made it work. There you go. All right, Ms. Kelly. You hang in there. You're like me right now. You're like making do with what's there, which is exactly what I'm doing. I'm making do with what's there. And where's my other mat? Oh, I swear the floor is so far away these days. Okay, I'm going to flip that over. But I say as long as it's lining up with the next color, you know what? I can make anything work. Just about. Just about. Okay. And then we're going to take that same color B, which is your dark purple, and we're going to flip it over. And again, this one is a little bit narrow. I think my other one is fine. But these ones are a little bit narrow. So again, I'm going to kind of fudge it by, I don't know if you can tell, I'm just moving it up a little bit and creating a little bit of a lip there. You guys, I have seen so many of your blocks, you know, hopefully I'm catching everybody and getting them posted, but I've seen so many of your blocks come through and they are so beautiful, and you guys are doing such a beautiful job on them, and your color combinations are just gorgeous, and I thank you for your encouragement, especially with the day I'm having today. And I thank you for your encouragement and for just and letting me know all the things that you're learning from it. I was just talking to someone today. Oop, I'm going to start a little bit further over. Let me fix that. Sometimes if you've only got a stitch or two in, it'll pull right out. Sometimes not. There. Wow. That was a mess. That was a hot mess. Okay. So the idea is to start over here. Okay. Anyways, I was talking to someone earlier today, and they were telling me how much they enjoyed the blocks, and that they're learning to use their rulers a little bit more, and learning those lines. And for the longest time, I didn't have an understanding of the lines on a ruler and what they could do to help me, in all the projects and things that we have done. Using the 45-inch line, or the 60 or the 30. And especially for my EQ8, it's almost imperative, because a lot of their designs rely on you being able to find the 30 degree mark or the 45 degree mark. So these, even though you know that there's probably an easier way to do it, those lines help you to learn. Well, I guess you might as well call it the old ways. Like, making the flying geese without doing the fast flying geese. Learning how to cut that 30 degree mark for some of those weird angles. It's just kind of cool, It just helps. Okay. So now we are back to coming back around. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to go back to 1, and 1 is going to be the light purple, or the C fabric. And as you can tell, we're staying there. We're right on target. So let's flip it over edge to edge. I can't guarantee that when we're done this is going to be a 12.5 inches, but it should be. So anyways, the other thing we were talking about was things that we accomplished. And one of the things I accomplished this week was I was working on a Kimberbell Cuties table topper. I've always wanted to do one. I saw Becky Thompson on Power Tools of Thread. She was doing them, sampling them, and they were so cute. And Kimberbell came out with some really cute ones. The only thing I didn't realize was actually how small they are. They're only about 18 inches, which is fine. I mean, it doesn't need to be big, but I just didn't realize how small they were. But at the same time, I didn't realize how big the embroidery part of it was. But they're absolutely adorable, and I have so enjoyed doing them. Well, I've actually only got one down. But it was my very first one. It's a hot mess, but I'm enjoying it. I bought the CD, which I found out after I bought the CD that it's just the companion CD. I actually needed the book, because the book is where all the explanations are at and where all the directions were. So I had to turn around and buy the book too. Didn't know that. So I've been working on it for the last week, trying to get it done. Which I'll show you what I've gotten so far. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's the 1, and now we're going to do the 2, which is another letter C. And again, it's matching up end to end. And we're just going to flip it over. If after you do this one, you want to try it again, pick a different color. Try a different color scheme, and do the same thing, and see where your foot is if you do a scant, or if you do a slightly larger 1/4 inch seam, and see if that helps. Well, when I say a slightly larger, just larger than what you were doing, and then see how it compares for you. You can use your smaller scraps to make the geese and other parts when you don't have larger. That's true. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Miss Margaret. Because, when you're doing the fast flying geese, it's calling for, large pieces of fabric. And sometimes you don't have large pieces. Lord knows I've been kind of just using the extra pieces from the first sampler for this one. And I'm actually running out of colors. I'm going to have to substitute some colors because I am literally running out of colors. I'm just lucky I have as many as I do for this one. So this is my wood iron. This is the one that Craig made for us. I don't know if Miss Claudine wound up or not. I hadn't seen her. Haven't seen her on here today so far. All right, let's get back over here. There we go. Okay. But Miss Jerry, if you are still on, Miss Jerry Johnson, if you're still on, if you will let, which I'll give her a call too, but if you'll let her know I have that thing ready for her, she'll know what I'm talking about. At least I think she will. Have that thing ready for her. Okay. You can use your smaller trash. Oh yeah, I read that part. Okay. We are all caught up now. Okay. So we got the 1, the 2, now we're up to 3, and we're going to use the letter J. Letter J. There's this one goes right here. Okay. Ooh, looky there. You know, every time I see it and it matches up from here to here to here to the bottom, I'm just all kinds of excited. I'm like, yes, yes, I'm not a failure. Because I feel like I'm just not doing a very good job if I can't even get my own strips straight. And here I am trying to tell you guys or help you learn how to do it straight, and I can't even get my own straight. So yeah, when I see mine line up, I'm like, shoo. All right, we've got that. And now we're going to come back over here to the needle. Make sure it's not over. All right, there we go. I'm going to flip that over. This one, this piece we're working on right now, this letter J, this should be this one and then the next piece of the last 2 pieces of this color. And I think we're coming down to the last of it, I think. Two. Yeah. So why do I have 3 of the other ones? I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. All right. Ooh. Stinker. My husband shows me this big old slice of pecan pie. Looks like he's going to hand it to me, but he's like, nope, just kidding. I'm walking off with it. Okay. Alrighty. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to take this next piece right here. It's going to go right there, matching up very nicely. I might say thank you. Guess he was showing me what kind of treat I'm going to get when I'm done. Okay. And He's telling you to wrap up. How far are we on this? Oh, not doing too bad. And we're almost done. I think we only have a couple more rounds to go. Because we were done with the blue. That was the last of the blue. Nah, he doesn't mind. He always talks to his family about the videos I do and the people I talk to and, you know, who I've helped. And he's just a sweetheart. And he seems to be okay with every Sunday at 4 o'clock. He's got to be quiet and not have his TV up real loud. He's a sweetheart. I still have about 3 more colors to go. How about everybody else? Tell me you have about 3 more colors to go. Well, 3 more sets. So this is what I have left. All right, so we're back to the light blue, and this is the last set of these. Just flip them down. So like I said, these are probably the truest of the log cabin blocks. Okay. I'll go a little faster because I think you guys have got the idea. So I guess the idea is that if you really want to work on your 1/4 of an inch and just see how accurate you are to a log cabin, that'll show you. That'll show you. Because even the best of us think we've got that 1/4 of an inch. And when you're doing small blocks, you know, things that don't have a lot of seams, you probably do. But this will definitely test your resolve, or whatever that is. More pins. I'm done. Is it 12 by 12? Yep. Nope, but it's pretty good. Yep, that's it. 12 by 12. Well, 12.5 by 12.5. I'm sorry. Finished, it would be a 12 by 12. But like I said, if something happens that you're really off, or you know, even just a 1/2 inch, it's okay to add. In my opinion, it's okay to add a little extra fabric just to bring it up to a 12 by 12. All right. If you guys are done and you don't, you know, feel like staying on, that's okay. You don't have to. I'll stay on until it's done. And like I said, I'm almost done. But let me go ahead and show you what I bought for myself. Give me just a quick second here. Quick second here. And that way, if you're finished, you can go ahead and jump off. And if you want to watch the video again later, you know, Feel free to, and you can even laugh at me, and I'll be okay with that. Because sometimes I think I'm pretty funny with some of the crazy antics. Oh, and I'm clear over here. Okay. My poor video. Okay, I will just scoot over here. You get to see what's behind me. As you can see, we got one of the blocks right there. And over here is my flamingo that actually I'm supposed to be selling for someone. And I just haven't gotten it done yet because I didn't get it sold. Anyways, so Sweet Pea, the embroidery designs that I love to use. I love Sweet Pea. In fact, you'll find their link in here. So if you decide you want to do some embroidery, go through that link there. Help me out a little bit. I love their stuff. But they have these pads that they use a lot, and they call it their pinning pad. You can even iron on it. I put this on my ironing board to iron. For bigger things, I like it. For small things, not so much. It just has a lot of grip to it. So it's great for the pinning, but not necessarily for the small ironing. Big ironing, yes. Okay, so I finally got one. I had it on sale. Bought it for myself. I'm excited. I love it. It was my big splurge for me. And then this is my Kimberbell Cuties. I'm up to the border. And as you can see, I'm trying to get the border on now. There's that one and there's that one. I just got to get my borders on. This is for January, and what I'm going to do is when it's finished, I'm going to do one for me, and then I'm going to do another one, and I'm going to auction it on Donna's site. The ladies there just love this stuff. Isn't it cute? Oh, Ms. Jean's like, happy dance at 12.5 square. Yay! Because that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for that 12.5 by 12.5. So good job. Good job, ladies. You guys rock. All right. That definitely does not go there. Where am I? I think I just finished the light blue one, didn't I, guys? Which one did I finish? All right, let's get me off of there. Okay. So what's next after that one? Has to be the B. Must not be that one. Down here or over here? Okay, I think I know what I did. No, that's not right. It can't be. One, two, three, four. Oh, y'all, I am all kinds of lost all of a sudden. It's got to be this one. It's got to be blue neck. This one. It's got to be this side. Did I cut it wrong? I must cut it wrong. 12.5. All right, y'all, what did I do? And it ends on the purple, and it ends on a purple. So these two are next. Okay, so let me take a look at my instructions here. Let's see, dark blue, dark purple, 11 and 11 3/4. So let's see. Yeah, 11. Yep, it's too big. And that's the wrong size. All right, let's take this little piece off here. Okay. There's 11. And then light purple is this one. Okay. Okay. It should be straight now, I think. And again, I think this is off just slightly, so we're going to come in a little bit. And I fell asleep and made it at the end. Oh, okay. Well, don't worry. I'll have it back up as soon as we get done with this. And we are almost to the end. Miss Sharon, today was my off day. Today I was definitely out of sorts and having all kinds of technical issues with me, not the TV so much, but with me. So you get to see my technical issues. And I haven't had a chance, Miss Sharon, to get, I believe it was Miss Pat, to get Miss Pat's invoice out, but I will have it out shortly. For some reason, I'm not sure it was Pat. Pat was the name. I get them all kinds of messed up. Got to go feed the feral. Thank you, Miss Diane. Thank you, feral kittens. That's so cute. All right. We're almost finished. We're down to the last couple of colors. And everybody's stuck with me through this debacle of mine. See, that doesn't even match up. What did I do? Oh, that's right, because this is definitely too long. Here, I'm just going to trim it off. Normally, I would not recommend that. 3/4 inch, yep, that's perfect. And I'm just going to come on over here. Yeah, I think I even stitched it without turning the cameras around. So sorry. All right. And this one, as far as the width, is fine. That one I got right. Yeah, I think what I did is I accidentally picked up the cast off piece for my dark purples instead of the other one. All right, and yes, this peach does not match, but it's what I had available at the time. And then the last two pieces are going to go on. And it's kind of weird because I kind of thought we would have ended with a dark purple. So it's C. C is the last two colors, and we're just going to put them right here. And then the last one is going to go right here, which is 12.5 inches. Just like that. Stitch them down real quick, just so I can at least say I have them finished. One more piece and then we can call it a night and do our prayer. Remember, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call, text, write, message, whatever works for you guys. going to bring it back over here, stitch down this last couple pieces, this last piece, and then we'll measure it real quick and see how I did. Just remember this, this log cabinet is a great one to help you practice with those seams. And it really is muscle memory. Once you get the hang of what it takes for this particular machine that you're working on to give you 1/4 of an inch, it'll be like muscle memory for you, because you'll just know where you have to be to make it work. All right. Now let me see. Yep, there it is. I'm looking for my 12.5 inch ruler. Get this out of the way. Grab my 12.5. Y'all, thank you for sticking with me today. I know it's been kind of crazy, and I feel like I've been kind of crazy, but I appreciate you sticking with me. All right, there you go, 12.5 by 12.5. What do you think? Not bad, huh? Whew. What a day. What a day. All right, guys. Listen, thank you so much. Here, let me get you back up here. An amazing day. Thank you for sticking with me again. I so appreciate it. And I hope you've had a great week, a great weekend, and I hope your next week is equally as wonderful. And you get that shopping done, because we all know we have a lot of shopping to get done before the 25th. Enjoy whatever it is that you're doing for Christmas or for the holiday. I know I'm doing my Advent calendar with Missouri Star, where there's a gift each day, and I am absolutely loving it. So if you're doing that, that's great. And if you have something else you're doing, just take the time to enjoy it. Don't forget to have a cup of hot cocoa on me. I love my hot cocoa during the winter months. Unfortunately, here in Florida, we pretty much sweat through most of December. But it is enjoyable. We do enjoy our warm Christmases. Let's go ahead and pray so I can dismiss you and you can get back to the rest of your life for today. Father, I just thank you for another beautiful opportunity to reach out with friends, to touch each other's hearts and thoughts. Father, we just go with each person as they are in need of healing, Father, or they just need someone to let them know that they are not alone, that there are other people in this world that love them and care about them. And Father, I just ask you to reach out right now and give them that assurance and that warmth that they need. And I just thank you for each one of my friends that are here with me, that stick by me, and that care about me. I just thank you for them, and thank you for bringing them into my life. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Listen, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful time, and I will see you next Sunday. I promise I will get the invite out ahead of time. I didn't even realize I hadn't done it until the last possible minute. Then I was like, oh my gosh, I never even got it out. But anyways, I will get it done, I promise. You will have your emails by Monday at 10 a.m. If you don't, please make sure you text me, call me, message me, whatever you need to do to let me know you didn't get it so I can get it to you. And I promise I will do my best to make sure you get the right copy this time, okay? Not that you didn't get the right copy, you just got the whole thing and it's supposed to come later. So if you get another copy, don't worry, we will send it out again. Tomorrow party, oh yes, yeah, don't forget tomorrow's party. We're supposed to have a white elephant gift. And if you're bringing cookies, don't forget your cookies, which I need to remind my daughter to help me get those cookies made. So anyways, thank y'all very much, and I will see you next week, next Sunday or Monday. I will see you Monday. All right, y'all, mwah, I love you.